you can now have Google Analytics and Google Search Console data directly within Claude. Now, this is incredibly powerful because not only can you start to really manipulate this data, combine those two data sources together, get real insights, pull it into reports and visuals to better see it. But on top of that, you can then use it as a basis to do some really powerful things directly within Claude just from a prompt. You can do things like get it to look at your landing page and identify based on the search volume how to optimize copy. You can get it to look at where you're getting the most traction on your website and then think about ways to further optimize it. You can get Perplexity, Firecrawl, and data for SEO MCPs to start to do better SEO research strategy directly aligned to the analytics and Search Console data that you're seeing. So a huge amount of potential here. And what I want to do today is just show you a demo of how you can start to use these Google Analytics and Google Search Console MCPs directly within Claude, and then to show you actually a couple of use cases to really begin to leverage that data and manipulate it to do some really interesting things. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to get it to create me a report based on the data itself. So if I say use the Google Analytics and Google Search Console's MCPs to gather data for ghostteam.ai and then create me an interactive report based on your findings. So what I can see here is it started to basically gather this full report on all of this. So you can see actually the data here. And then what it's done on top of that is it's given us this full visual report. And this is really cool because this is actually combining both your Google Analytics and your Google Search Console data. So you can really combine those two things together to get quite unique insights that you can't just get directly from within those data sources, and you can actually manipulate it in any way you want. So useful in of itself, but now what's amazing is how can you actually begin to start to use that data for more useful activities. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to ask it to look at, based on the report that it's generated, the different web pages that we're getting a lot of traffic on for particular keywords, but then to identify the ones that we aren't converting as well on. And then what I'm going to ask it to do is I'm going to ask it to use the Perplexity MCP to gather information on what, for that keyword, it would want to see, and then for it to update the landing page copy so that we can better optimize it and get conversion for all of that traffic. So I want you to use the below report information to identify where we are getting a lot of traffic for particular keywords, but we're not seeing the conversion we'd like. And then I want you to use Perplexity's MCP to go and gather information about that keyword. What are those people likely looking to see? And then I want you to suggest for that web page a refined copy that more suits the traffic that's going to be coming to the site aligned to that particular keyword so that we can better convert them. Great. And then I'm just going to copy the report and then we'll let that run. Okay, great. So what it's done here is it's found that people are actually searching for Ghost Team NA10. And that's because we've created a huge directory of NA10 templates, and we've actually built a custom platform that allows you to turn a prompt into an NA10 workflow. So people have clearly been searching for that. And then one thing that we can do is then optimize how we can get people to convert off the back of that. Now, what it's done is it's then found, okay, when people are searching, based on its research, why are people actually searching for something here? And it's basically because they're actually looking for more advanced automation capabilities than what NA10 offers. So what we then need to try and do is make sure that in our copy, we are appealing to that narrative. So it's actually given us a refined copy suggestion for the primary landing page around launch ghostteam.ai. But then what it's also done is it's actually even giving us a whole new landing page just for these NA10 users that are coming that say, you know, upgrade from NA10 without starting over. If you've invested in NA10 but you're hitting limitations, you know, Ghost Team can actually integrate into your existing workflows and improve your AI capabilities. And then it's even mentioned, you know, specific NA10 frustrations that we would solve as a company, right? So too basic for your needs, you want smarter automations, things like this. So hugely insightful because it's directly taken our Google Analytics data, it's identified where we're getting traffic and then where we're not converting as good as we could, and then it's actually given us suggestions based on how we can actually improve our copy to better convert. Now, that's just one use case, and there's loads more that you can do around spinning up new landing pages based on geographies that you might be getting traffic for, using the Google Analytics and Google Search Console data to actually go and do full keyword research, then to check that against keyword data with things like data for SEO MCPs, and then create, a full SEO strategy off the back of that. So amazing that you can now get this Google Search Console and Google Analytics data directly within Claude. I hope you found this useful. I'm going to be sharing the full setup guide as to how to get Google Analytics and Google Search Console directly within your Claude. So just drop a comment below with Google MCP and then I will send it to you.